Hello and welcome to English 2. I'm your online teacher, Miss Bear. We have read through 3 different texts, actually more than 3 different texts. We've read through a ton of texts. We have gone through unit after unit, really exploring how authors present details to develop and refine their claims. We have dug into argument delineation tools, rhetorical device tools, looked at all of these different ideas, all in preparation for Unit 10, end of the module task for this Engage New York unit called These Are Strange Times, My Dear. Remember, this is Module 2, and this is the performance assessment. This is their grade 10 curriculum that Engage New York put together for you. So let's look at what that curriculum or what we have been studying. This particular module has 3 different units. The Cup of Endurance Runs Over, which was about Martin Luther King's letter from Birmingham jail. No Flies Fly Into a Closed Mouth, which was Julia Alvarez's text or autobiography about her mother and her experience with Trujillo in A Genetics of Justice. And lastly, we looked at To Lift Men Everywhere to a Higher Standard of Life and to a Greater Enjoyment of Freedom. In the last unit, we explored 3 different texts about human rights and what that looks like, and we explored all of these different documents. Today, you are going to choose one of those documents to use for your end of the module task. So let's look, before we go too involved, at all of the different texts that we have looked at. So you see we've got some poetry in there from Unit 1 and Unit 2, and then you have the 3 different texts from Unit 3. And I'm going to put the goals for the module back up because we haven't explored those since we looked at each unit. And so I'm going to let you guys kind of read that on your own. But I do want to, again, remind you of what our end of the module task is. So the focal texts for the first 2 units of the module are, respectively, Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from Birmingham jail and Julia Alvarez's A Genetics of Justice. The 3rd unit features an international document and 2 speeches. For this assessment, you will use the focal texts named for Units 1 and 2 and a 3rd self-selected text from Unit 3 to write a multi-paragraph response to the prompt. Identify a purpose common to King's letter from Birmingham jail, Alvarez's A Genetics of Justice, and one of the texts from Unit 3. Discuss how each of these texts uses at least one of the following to advance that purpose: structure, rhetoric, or impact of specific word choices. And so before we dig into writing this, I do want you to work with a group and do some things in preparation for this task. So let's look at today's agenda. We are going to do some homework accountability because I did give you some homework at the end of the last unit. We will do a performance assessment synthesis tool. Your teacher will have those to hand out. We will do a gallery walk. Hopefully your teacher has prepared for that. We will do a quick write, and then we will close with a little homework. And you can see all of the texts on the board in front of you. So let's look at what your homework was for last evening. You were to prepare for the performance assessment by rereading the 2 previous texts, as well as any of your relevant notes, annotations, and tools, paying particular attention to the author's use of structure, rhetoric, or word choice to further their purposes. So I would like for you to work with a small group and discuss what you guys wrote for this particular homework assignment. Oh, that was a lot of energy in the room. Some of you are really prepared. Others, I can see the fear in your eyes, and that's okay. I don't want you to be too scared. You can do this. I have faith that you have all of this information in your binder. You've been organizing your things as we've been going along, and you are prepared. So get your performance assessment synthesis tool that your teacher handed out, and I want you to form groups, small groups of 3 to 5 people. And I want you to work collaboratively to review and complete the performance assessment synthesis tool. This will take you quite a bit of time. This will probably be the majority of the class time before we move into your gallery walk. Great job. I saw lots of you just writing like your hand was on fire, and you guys did a really good job. I'm really proud of you. Hopefully you all in your group were able to share some ideas and really work collaboratively to complete this tool. And I know it's going to benefit you when you get ready to write your end of the unit task, and you will do that tomorrow. We're not going to do any of that writing today. So let's look at our gallery walk and what that's going to look like. So I want you to work within your group, circulate and generate observations, add evidence, and make statements about how each of the texts uses structure, rhetoric, and/or word choices to advance a purpose. Your teacher may still have a gallery walk from a previous class, and that's okay. Just add to that chart paper. Fantastic job. Your teachers, I know, are going to share those gallery walks with me, and I can't wait to see all of the information that you guys have written on that chart paper, and the information that I hope, I'm crossing my fingers, that you also added information to that performance assessment synthesis tool so that you are prepared for writing this end of the module task tomorrow. So let's look at today's quick write. Okay, I want you to consider all of the things that you did today. Which text from that third unit will you use for your end of the module assessment? Why or how does your chosen text support your ideas for how authors use structure, rhetoric, or word choices to advance their purpose? Great job, okay? So I'm not going to hold you fast to that choice, because for tonight for homework, I want you to organize all of your texts and notes and tools in preparation for tomorrow's writing task. So you may have made a choice today, but once you're organizing everything this evening for your homework, you may say, I need to choose a different text because this one isn't working for the purpose that I had originally structured. So I'm going to leave you for the rest of the day. If you need to go ahead and begin your homework assignment in class, if you've got a little bit of time, go ahead and start on that, just organizing everything that you have in preparation for writing tomorrow. Until next time, happy learning.